Welcome back to It's a Mic Full. You're here with me, Gabe, my boy Johnny, my other boy Jaime, and from the Sin City itself, Brad. First thing first, thanks Brad for coming in, especially long distance like this. One thing I gotta ask and get out of the way: how is the Vegas Stadium looking?
I haven't drove by it in like 3 months. It's not on my way to work. I've been going to work, coming straight home. It's not bad. Last I saw, they have this like badass glass thing up top where it's like supposed to keep heat out but let the sun in. I don't know how the hell they're doing that without literally cooking everyone in there. But yeah, it was looking fucking sweet. I actually have a buddy who's gonna start working there.
Ooh, right on.
Yeah, some promotional shit or something. But yeah, pretty cool.
Well,
So a little disappointed that we couldn't go.
Yeah.
I know.
You guys don't want to be here right now. There's no bars or restaurants open. It's a fucking ghost town. Like the strip is dead. The only thing they have is those big trucks that advertise for fucking strip clubs. Just drive up and down. to literally advertise to nobody. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
So, what's the like reaction like for like the Raiders are moving over there from like the locals?
Honestly, it's fucking hit or miss. This town is so ridiculous with just like nobody's a Vegas local. Like I think I've met 3 or 4 people since I've moved here that actually were born and raised in Vegas, and half of them are either like I think 2 of them are Raiders fans, so they're fucking stoked. But the whole town's pretty indifferent. They're just happy to have another sports team. It's kind of like when the Knights got here, everyone was pumped up and everyone jumped on the bandwagon. We're going to see a lot of new Raider fans out here for sure.
And they made it to the Stanley Cup first year.
Fucking yeah, savages. I mean, I don't care. Still a Sharks fan, but whatever. Games are cheap.
Yeah. I heard that they were just giving them out like the hotels like for promotional shit when they first got there.
I think so. I wasn't in town at that time, so I have no idea. God, it's a good thing we're doing this fucking audio only. Jaime eating a burrito is the most terrifying.
This audio is just going to consist of.
That's fine. That makes for good podcasting.
Bro, I'm starving.
Oh my god.
You couldn't eat in the shower?
No, surprisingly, it'd be a lot harder to eat one in the shower.
Since your accident?
That you would think.
He was holding on to a different burrito in the shower.
I'm still thinking what took him so long.
Yeah, because your text message made no sense.
Ever since
I was taking a shit before, man. God, leave me alone.
Ever since he slipped in the shower and gave himself a concussion, he's been like taking like hour-long showers ever since.
All right, man. Look, I come home, it's exhausted from work. I just need a hot shower, and just like let me chill. Let me take a shit, let me get my business done. Right? I'm here, aren't I? I didn't let it stop me.
Speaking of a long battle for survival, I know the UFC got hit with some big news recently. Brad, do you want to deliver those news?
That's been rough. Khabib is obviously not able to make it out of Russia at this time. So it's not looking like that is going to fucking happen, especially since they just confirmed fucking Turd Ferguson and Gaethje this morning. I'm doubting fucking Islam's going to make it either. He's been questionable in his fight against Hernandez, and I don't think he's going to be making it out of fucking Russia either. It's not looking like that one's going to happen, so they may have to fill his spot too. But who knows? Gaethje and Ferguson's going to be a good fight, though. I mean, what do you guys think?
Who is he supposed to fight?
Ferguson?
No, did you say Islam?
Yeah, Alexander Hernandez is who he's supposed to throw hands with.
Okay.
Yeah, that was going to be a banger, dude.
It was. They're both fucking hot right now, but we'll see if he's able to make it out of fucking Russia or whatever third world fucking country that he's in.
So I don't know if you guys saw, but about 30 minutes ago, they did announce more to the card.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Who do they got?
So they got the obvious one that was going to happen is Francis Ngannou versus sorry if I get the name wrong, Rosenstruck.
Really?
Rosenstrike.
Rosenstrike. They also announced Thug Rose versus Andrade 2.
I saw that one, and that one's one that I'm really excited for.
And then they announced a bunch of, an undercard, but it's a nasty card. They got Qatar versus Stevens. Hall versus Jakar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hardy versus DeCastro, and Luque versus Nico Price.
Nico Price is fucking fire. I'm not even seeing that one.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
I will say that
Sorry.
it's Andrade and Namajunas is going to be a fucking fire fight. Their last one was an incredible match, and Andrade barely got away with that win.
Yeah, that's like what I wanted to touch up on. Like, I remember I told Gabe about it because I told him, I'm like, yo, before she got that slam off on Rose, Rose was smashing the shit out of her, dude. She was just poning her
for 2 straight rounds.
Yeah, 2 straight. Like, there was no question, what the hell was going on in that fight. Rose is just taking it to her. And just, dude, that slam, bro. It's like a 1 in a million chance that ever knocks anybody out. I think it's happened before, but like a long ass time ago. So the fact
it wasn't the first slam either in that fight. I believe Andrade got their first one off before that. So she was setting that up, and yeah, just was definitely winning that fight.
I mean, obviously she wasn't wanting to finish the fight with a slam. Like, nobody goes in thinking, I'm just going to pick somebody up and throw them.
ESPN MMA just tweeted out the whole card.
Oh, okay.
So we got what was the last one I said was Price. So it's Alex Hernandez versus Omar Morales. Marlon Vera versus Ray Borg. Michael Johnson versus Camo Worthy.
And then a bunch of fucking no names.
Sahara Eubanks versus Sarah Moraes, and Ryan Spann versus Sam Alvey.
This is gonna be a fun card. I'm pretty excited for this one. If they fucking ever post a location, because that's still up in the goddamn air.
Yeah, that's what I was telling.
It's most likely going to be the Apex Center. I feel, because I know California last week said that there's going to be they're suspending all combat sports in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nevada shut them down, I want to say, until May or June.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Alaska.
They did say West Coast, technically.
I mean, West Canada?
That's technically the West Coast, yeah. The West Coast is some fucking country in Africa where they still sanction the goddamn fight.
I don't know.
But speaking on, Brad, what you brought up the first time, how do you see the Gaethje Ferguson fight going?
I think Ferguson's gonna molest him for like 3 straight rounds before he knocks him out. Gaethje's good. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to fight the fucking guy, but Tony Ferguson's on another level. That man hasn't lost a fight since before women were allowed to fight. Like,
on that note, I wanted to talk to you guys about, especially you, Brad. Like, look, for me, I'm not a fan of Ferguson, like, personally, but he's a dog, dude. I know he's hella good and shit. But I think his win streak is very overrated, considering who he fought earlier within those. I mean, I know he was working his way up. That tends to happen a lot of the time. You fight a couple no names and shit like that. But, like, considering, like, let's be honest on who he's fought. Like, let's go down the list, like, it's not that impressive. There's, like, maybe out of, maybe 3 or 4, maybe, if that I would be like, yeah, those are definitely fights, that they were, like, contender level, kind of, like, level of competitors, basically.
I mean, literally his last 3 fights were Cowboy, Showtime, Kevin Lee, and RDA. Like,
yeah,
those are 4 straight fucking animals that he had to throw down. Donald Cerrone's kind of like
Yeah, he's like a
iffy.
gatekeeper. I mean, for Cowboy, he's a fan favorite. You know, everyone loves him and stuff. But I've never considered him like he's never been a top 5.
No, he's good, and he'll get like a nasty win streak and then just like throw it all away for 3 straight fights. And then I mean that's why his fucking record's damn near 50-50.
Yeah.
He's good, but he's definitely not champ good.
I think how Gaethje plays in with Ferguson is going to be similar to taking down Max Holloway, because Gaethje's known for the leg kicks, and kind of how Cormier said, like breaking him. He breaks him down bottom up, and with that helps with the strength, but it also helps with just the stance switches and kind of eliminating that for Ferguson being so fluid as he is. Now, I do agree with Brad though that Ferguson is going to go away with his fight. I think it's going to be a numbers game where he's going to stay fluid enough to dodge Gaethje's power shots and at least lower them, but then touch Gaethje up enough. And I think that's how you take out Gaethje, is you just hit him enough where his cardio starts to break down.
Well,
yeah, it's on the cardio, dude. That's like completely lopsided. Like Gaethje is not no cardio when like Ferguson is like a monster when it comes to stamina. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, and not to mention like Ferguson's legs, even a loose wire can take them out. So I mean
Damn,
he
you had to go there, huh?
It could be interesting. I don't know. It's gonna be a fun fight for sure. I still think Ferguson's gonna dominate it. I really honestly I'm more excited. Well, actually, no, not the same thing as the last fucking pay-per-view card, because I was really pumped for the fucking Adesanya and Joel Romero fight, and that was a fucking stinker.
I mean, the co-main event was really good.
Oh my god, literally top 10 fights guaranteed. It was insane.
The leading up to the main event, all the like those fights just like carried the pay-per-view in itself. Like that made it worth it for like the main event being like as shit as it was.
Yeah, I mean. That happens sometimes. You sometimes get those stinkers when you have Counter Striker versus Counter Striker, because they both don't have the fucking nutsack to make the first move. But hopefully fucking Adesanya doesn't wind up listening to this one day, or Yoel Romero, because either one of those men would kill me. But
I know you,
Johnny. But how do you think the Gaethje and Ferguson fight will go?
I'm looking at more as like I think it'll go like Ferguson's fight against Pettis.
Yeah.
Like it'll be mainly Ferguson, but Gaethje will land like some big shots, maybe rock him once or twice. But in the end, I mean, Ferguson's gonna recover and eventually finish the fight. Maybe I say like 3rd or 4th round finish.
I don't really recall Ferguson ever being knocked out.
I want to add.
I don't think so. I don't think he's ever been knocked out.
I'm not a fan of them making this for the interim belt.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to have a belt on the card, like realistic. Well, I guess fucking Namajunas and Andrade is a belt fight. But I mean, if they have a belt fight underneath it and they don't have a belt fight for the main card, that's just like looking from a business perspective, that's kind of silly. But it is dumb to have a interim belt fight when, the fighter literally couldn't. It was like when fucking Bobby Knuckles got hurt and like couldn't maintain his belt, they had an interim fight. It's, I guess, kind of along the same lines, but they're not going to like strip Khabib of his belt just because he can't make it out of Russia.
Yeah, it will definitely be one of those where it's like you won the belt, but then you have to fight Khabib for the actual belt.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a perfect way of doing it, to be quite honest, in this situation, because Ferguson deserves at least something in recognition for this.
So if Ferguson does win, he'll be the first person to ever hold an interim belt twice.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I mean, they kind of unrightfully stripped it from him in the first.
And I saw someone comment, it was like, just shows how much times he's been fucked over.
Yeah. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Poor turd Ferguson. I don't know. The man's a literal animal. I'm looking at his last loss. Take a guess on when it fucking was.
Like 2013. No, I think 12, no?
Yep, May 5th, 2012. He
Yeah.
lost to Michael Johnson.
Yeah, I was about to say it's
Oh.
Michael Johnson. I saw that fight.
Yeah. Who is he even fighting anymore? Oh, yeah, apparently.
Wasn't he
Yeah,
on this
it's off
card?
the card.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is wild. He's been that man's been fucking running the game for so long. Honestly, it's kind of weird that he hasn't gotten a title shot before this. I know he was supposed to fight Khabib a few times, but it's
Five.
weird that the idea of an interim belt is only coming in right now in his career.
Well, he won it. He won the interim though. He
Yeah, but
won
like forever
against
ago.
Kevin Lee. Against Kevin Lee. Yeah.
Well, the last time that the bout was up, he didn't want it.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
a year ago, they offered him Max Holloway instead of Dustin, but he didn't want to take it. He wanted he wanted an actual like title fight.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Which I don't fucking blame him.
he's been offered it.
I feel like the reason why he didn't want to take any other fight though was, let's be honest, they took this belt away, like for no, just cause, like they had no right taking away. Sure, he got hurt, but that's not his fault. You don't just take away someone's belt. You make the other one an interim, but they just stripped him of the interim one, and they had Khabib versus what's his name, Alaquina, and then that's where Khabib won the fight or won the belt.
I don't know. I'm on the thought train that interim belts are fucking dumb and they shouldn't do them anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically a number one contenders fight.
Yeah, exactly. And they need to, if they're gonna have a fucking interim belt, they need to treat it the same as a belt because they did work for it. So
Exactly.
to strip him of his title and then to not strip Robert Whittaker when he got hurt and couldn't make the fight for a fucking year and a half, 2 years, however long he took off.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
you have to treat that belt the exact same or literally means nothing, and why give them out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes with the territory of the interim belt being kind of just like this. It's
Placeholder.
just
Made up.
placeholder where it kind of has no set rule. It's kind of just Dana White's like waving his wand and being like, "You get a belt, you get a belt, you get a belt."
Speaking of Big Daddy Dana White, guess
Oh,
who
the
is
sex
involved?
trafficking.
No, it was a sex tape
Oh,
scandal.
sex
He was
tape
being
scandal.
extorted for a sex tape. Apparently, he banged some hooker or a stripper or something in a strip club and got filmed, and they were extorting him for like, I forget if it was like $250,000, $400,000. So some absurd sum of money to not have his wiener appear on camera.
But like, as a person that's fighting to become Mr. Vegas, isn't that kind of like up in his cred of like, yo, I'm Vegas?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't.
I think it was a publicity stunt, to be quite honest. I think this was planned.
That's not something I've ever done out here, but apparently that is the hot ticket to get your name out, or at least fucking catch something. I mean, that's
All right, Brad, you know what you're doing this weekend. You're getting arrested.
Hey, Derek Carr's about to pull something, man. Be careful.
It's all right. If it's for the podcast, we'll do it a tax write-off.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Something Ranch LLC is what we're donating.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Jesus. Yeah, and speaking of fucking criminals, who wants to talk about Johnny Bones Jones?
At this point, bro, I'm not even surprised, man. Like, that's what I mean. When I heard about it, like, I was like, yeah,
Speaking of interim belts, there's gonna be a new one.
Yeah, fuck. Apparently, yeah. He what was he? He was out in somewhere in Arizona or New Mexico.
I think it was New Mexico.
It was Albuquerque. You're right.
Yeah.
And he got fucking busted driving drunk, waving a gun and shooting it into the air. Why the fuck not? All while he's supposed to be on quarantine, and the punishment he gets for it is go back on quarantine. Motherfucker's on 3 months house arrest for driving drunk and discharging a firearm. What the fuck can't that man get away with?
Exactly. This is why I love him. He is God amongst himself.
Oh
man.
my god. What the
Jeez.
fuck?
Okay, look, if you're the cop that pulled him over, don't you think you'd be terrified? Like, come on. Like, hey, can you just please go back to your house? I'd appreciate it.
Well, Johnny, Gabe, we got our takes. What are your guys' takes on Johnny Bones?
Jones.
Yeah.
I see him losing the belt, not like losing it, but at least an interim. It's similar to Khabib. I think that's what he's gonna be suspended. I don't really see how not by Dana White. Just a repeat offender like this, he's gonna miss some time. Also
I
curious to
think-
know if after the quarantine, will then the charges be like brought back up? Like how would that
No,
work?
that was his.
Yeah, no,
He got like house.
Oh, the
arrest.
house arrest. That's
yeah,
right.
I
Okay,
literally
yeah.
think he just got like 3 months house arrest.
It's
But
such a, bro,
literally-
I think
The
I
same
think-
thing we all got.
it's such a Chad, man.
I think like even if they suspend him for like 6 months to a year, I think this is the perfect time for him to take that 2-year break he was talking about. He tweeted a couple months ago about because he's just running through this division like nothing for I don't know how long now. He's talking about going away for 2 years, just like training, and then coming back to fight whoever the top dog is in 2 years from now. I mean, I think this would be like the perfect time, and maybe just like find himself because, I mean, the last time he found himself it didn't work.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a perfect way to be like a corrupted GSP sense of like
Oh my god.
one descended from heaven to fight again.
Yeah.
One is ascending from hell to fight
And-
again. I mean,
And the one
pull up.
ascending from hell has a Bible verse tattooed on him. What the fuck?
His father is a what is he? Like a preacher or like a I don't know, something. Like a priest.
Listen, man, I don't know.
And
Jesus.
all I'm saying is, man, he has 2 brothers in the NFL. Like, where's their help?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
Like
with that.
I mean, they have the mindset like to not fuck up. Like, when's the last time you heard Chandler Jones getting in trouble?
Oh, I know
It's
Johnny
like-
Jones has done enough cocaine for all 3 of them, so it's probably.
Yeah. It's like
probably
I mean, where's their help? Like fucking move them into
Well-
their house and help them out.
I mean,
Yeah, like,
also
you
UFC
guys
is
go
more
up.
of like a single person mentality of it's just him, as well as being dominant for so long. Like he's going down as the greatest of all time in UFC history. Like, you know what I mean? It would be. There's still debates on Tom Brady and other quarterbacks, so
There is
I can kind of see how it goes to his head of the success in UFC. He's like literally beating the crap out of people. And like that must feel like a sense of power.
I mean, dude, he was yeah, like that's the thing, like you say that, they say that when you're young, everything, kind of like it gets to you, same thing like with movie stars or like famous, like just like famous celebrities, if you're like raised in a young age coming up like that, you're not going to have a normal life. And that's kind of like John Jones, dude. He was the youngest UFC champion at 24, man.
Listen,
So, like,
Jaime, he didn't just win a VMA, okay? Have you tasted blood before?
oh my
Okay,
God.
he is a
I'm saying-
shark.
I'm saying his come up, dude. Like, look at when you have that much success and popularity, and you're like feeling like no one can touch you when you're that young. It gets to you.
Yeah,
know?
but at the same time, the man is 32 years old now, turning
Yeah.
33 in a few months. Just needs to fucking, and not to mention, he's already gone through the similar shit before. It's time to fucking grow up, John Jones.
No, yeah, I'm not defending. I'm just saying, like, hey, like shit. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
that explained the early stuff, but
For sure. I believe that definitely played a part of it. But at the same time, you're 32 years old. You've been through the same shit before. You've literally lost your belt to the man who hates you the most because you got into some dumb shit. And really, you're about to give it all up again for some more dumb shit when you're supposed to be on fucking quarantine anyway. Fucking
Yeah.
stay at home, drink beer, and shoot your gun in your fucking backyard. Like, do that.
like a normal American.
Like
And
a
his
normal
ri-
American.
His rivals even feeling sorry for him right now. If you guys saw that interview
Yeah,
with DC,
I did
Yeah.
see that DC tweet, which
I think DC's a people pleaser. If I want to be straight up,
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
all. If you would have asked him privately, like had a hidden camera, he'd be like,
Bitch, she's a bitch.
Mhm. I mean,
um,
I get where he's coming from though, DC. Like his whole fucking tweet about like it sucks to see a young black man fall so far. Like I get where that's coming from, but at the same time, I think it's still dumb.
I think the takeaway here is if you get pulled over, just find someone, put them in a chokehold, and they'll give you a 3 months probation.
Yeah, like he did to that stripper. He got away with that.
speaking of, if you find someone, Lionheart was the victim of a home invasion yesterday in the morning.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He I guess he got the guy and helped restrain him for the cops to get there.
Oh my God. Can you imagine just breaking into some rich fuck's house thinking you're on a come up and then Anthony fucking Smith, shirtless, comes around the corner? All fucking 6'4" of Anthony Smith just rushing at you. Motherfucker's got skulls tattooed on his hands. I'm good. I don't want to fuck him up. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, fuck that. That's dumb.
I bet the guy was like, "What the fuck do you do for a living?" Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I do this for a living. Oh my God.
I fuck up dudes not named John Jones for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anybody but one guy.
It's moments like that where I think like you need to have an inflatable like ring just come up, like an octagon. It's just like, you're in my world now.
Just throw down.
No, I was
the
like,
fucking
there's
gauntlet.
WWE's house. Someone breaks into his house. The cage just starts to lower from the top.
I've been preparing for this all my life.
You just see him do hand motions. What style jutsu? Yeah.
Just throws him a pair of 5-ounce gloves. Like, you're gonna need these.
Come on, put them on. Put them on. Let's go. Come on.
These are to protect your hands, not mine.
Made your voice when you walked in, you know?
Oh Jesus, yeah, that's the biggest fuck up. That's a big oof right there.
So, okay, so keeping on the light heavyweight division. So let's say that John does get, revoked from his title. Who can we see competing for the interim?
Oh, Dom Reyes.
For sure.
Dom Reyes.
Does Gustafson come out of like the rock he crawled into out of retirement and be like, can I get the title right now?
He's literally talking about it. I shit you not. He I forget if he had a tweet or something come out the other day where he was talking about a return to the UFC. MMA one of the MMA pages I follow did a big thing on it, but he's talking about a return.
You're just gonna see a bunch of UFC fighters like come out like what is it in Rick and Morty where it's like, it's time for the sewer people to emerge.
Yeah, exactly.
Gustafson's gonna look around. He's be like, "Wait, DC's not there? No? Oh, okay. Yeah. John's getting suspended, right? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Rumble Johnson not there? All right, I'm in."
Next thing you know, Dana White's like, we are not suspending Jones. Gustafson, Jones, 3. Let's go.
Well, I guess Reyes was saying that the UFC was already approached him before all this like quarantine stuff happened about a rematch.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which he deserves.
He does.
Oh, for sure. I still think Reyes beat him.
I
think it was close.
It was definitely close, and it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I still think Reyes would pass.
And that's the thing. That's why I don't necessarily agree with Johnny saying like how a couple months ago he was talking about taking a 2-year break. Like, keep in mind that was before Reyes almost like took that belt from him. Like, that was before. After that fucking scare he had, he was probably like, okay, never mind, not gonna do that.
Scared him back into drugs.
Dude, I want to know why. I have the UFC's fucking pound for pound rankings pulled up right now. I want to know why John Jones is at the top and Henry Cejudo isn't, with holding 2 fucking belts.
Because look at the division, dude. I love Cejudo, but he's kind of annoying. Like, about how he's like
popularity contest.
No, about
it's a weirdo, but I don't mean
if it was, Connor would be ranked number 1 pound for pound.
That's true.
No, I'm saying about like he's like annoying in terms of like when he talks about his division, like he's talking about how he saved his division, but then he literally left right after, and now he's like, oh no, but I'm gonna defend the other one. So it's like, okay, so you're just doing that now because you realize, oh wait, I'm kind of a hypocrite. I left the division that I said I was supposedly gonna save.
Yeah,
like
I guess. They're having a fucking title fight to fill in for that. I forget who the hell's throwing hands, but it's I do agree with that.
Didn't they already have that? But it got canceled because was it Benavidez didn't make weight?
No, Benavidez did fight. What's his name?
He fought him, but he didn't make weight, and then he didn't make weight,
and he got fucked up. Yeah. Joseph Benavidez, he missed his shot, man.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the title. That was supposed to be a title fight, and then that's why after that fight, Cejudo tweeted out like, "Still the champ, champ."
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're too fat. Got to make that.
It was like what, 3 pounds, right? Overweight.
It was something obscene. Yeah, it was way too much overweight. Like, for a professional fighter whose name isn't Mackenzie Dern, it was way too much overweight.
I was about to say, hey man, don't forget about freaking Anthony Rumble when he was fighting at 170, dog.
I
there's
still
no
can't.
towel. There's no towel big enough for 3 pounds. You just lean on.
No. Yeah, there is not. That was fucking.
You hear that, DC? No towel. All right.
Watch out, he lives nearby, you fucks. Oh,
You're like,
geez.
hey, calm down. I'm gonna call John Jones. All right, relax. Back off.
That's fair. That's fair.
But he's on house arrest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right.
Rip the
Right.
fucking ankle monitor off.
Okay, dude, like he's gonna care. Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, house arrest. I'm John Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Jesus.
Everywhere is my house.
Yeah, God, this is fucking everywhere's my house. But yeah, I just think the pound for pound's the dumbest fucking thing on the planet. To give you an idea of what the pound for pound rankings are looking like, Conor McGregor is ranked number 9.
They're atrocious, dude. Even the women's too. Everything's atrocious about the pound for pound rankings. They're not consistent.
And actually, speaking of women's UFC, that's the fight I really want to see is Valentina Shevchenko versus Henry Cejudo. Let's do it. Let's do it. They've been talking long enough. Let's go.
Oh my god.
She pulled out of her next fight, right?
Valentina, I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
she's
I think-
still up to fight.
I think she was supposed to defend in July, and she hurt her leg or something.
Shevchenko next fight.
Yeah, I want to say she pulled out due to injury.
Nope. UFC 251 in Perth, Australia on June 6th is her next.
Are you sure she didn't pull out of it?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Here's another MMA junkie ran a story saying that she was injured and the fight is on hold, but that was a few days ago, and there's been a few news stories that came out that said the fight's still on. So who fucking knows? Well, she could be out though. I don't know. I would have to see what Ariel Helwani says, because I believe him and only him when it comes to the MMA.
The next woman fight I want to see is just running back that last Joanna fight.
Joanna and Wei Lang. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
not going to happen for a while, though. They both have to fight some other people before they just run it back.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
get
the
that
most,
swelling
title,
down.
I feel like they could.
that was the most satisfying.
I mean, it's
Shouldn't it be a
it's-
rematch?
Yeah, it's like Dom Reyes. Like they were most likely going to let him run it back. Like I see them running that one back.
I just don't know about them running it back immediately. Like, there's
Yeah,
so many
but they-
people.
Yeah.
There's so many people in that division that could fight and just haven't.
And that's the thing, because in the lightweight, let's be honest, dude, like, you know, John he's on a hot streak right now, but he's not ready to fight John, you know. It was kind of like Dom and who else at this point. That's why they're, like, so excited to run it back.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just do like Dom Reyes versus Lionheart.
Dude, can we just talk about how Corey Anderson shit the bed, and I'm fucking all for it. Like, that was amazing.
I did not hear about this. What happened?
When he got
Did you see his last
got-
fight?
I think I missed that one. I think I was fucking, like, busy or something.
Yeah, I know the pay-per-view before he fucked up Johnny Walker on the prelims.
Mhm.
And then he came out this next fight, and they're saying like, oh, if he wins this, he could probably get a title shot. And then he got fucked up.
He was saying how he's John's kryptonite, that he's running from John's running from him, and then he was like, "Oh, but shouldn't you be focusing on John? On Jean? What's his last name? Something with a B. Forgot. John. What is it? Jean.
Blanchard?
No. But anyway, yeah, like that fight happened. And he's like, "Oh well, I already beat him before. You know, I'm just gonna do the same thing I did." And nah, dude, he got smashed. He just got. He got rocked. He got knocked out. He got smashed. And people were just like, yo, what, John Joe's kryptonite, where you at?
Yeah, because he was supposed to fight. They were saying he was going to fight John, the card that John fought Santos.
No, dude, that's stupid.
He was supposed to fight him back then because Corey Anderson was on a streak.
Yeah, but
And it's like back then it was like, who's he going to fight? You know, like just give him someone.
yeah, but I like that Santos fight though. That one was good.
Yeah, those leg kicks.
Yeah. What else? What's going on?
I just want to see Silva or Adesanya have a fucking real fight like he had against Silva again. That's all I want. I was so disappointed.
Well, you know, Paulo Costa's gonna go like
Dude,
full out. He's gonna go
Fight
he's gonna
is
go
going
at
to be
him.
epic.
He's gonna go at him. He's not gonna be like Romero was like.
How did you feel about
Passive. He's
Romero
gonna go
calling
straight
out
on.
that fight at the end in his interview?
Yeah, no.
I thought he was an idiot.
Yeah.
These people deserve a fight, but you didn't give it to us.
Yeah, you were fucking half the fight, bud. Like you
He
have
acts
to
like
take.
he was in. Yeah, he was like behind the cameras. He's like, they deserve to fight today. Yeah, you were in there.
Yeah, you should have given them a fight. You're right. You fucking chump.
For the first 2 minutes, he literally just stood there like a statue, like waiting for Iggy or Izzy to do something. It's like you don't like look it. Like
Yeah.
I get it. You're trying to lure him in, but like you see it's not working. Go on the offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised it's not a TikTok dance right now.
Dude, actually, there was some fire memes where it was like when you and your buddy sign into Mortal Kombat for the first time and are trying to figure out the moves.
Oh my!
Yeah, it was a gold tier fight. God, what a fucking overhyped piece of shit. I was so fucking upset and disappointed.
Especially after coming off that fight, man. The John I can't fucking talk right now. The Joanna and the Zhang Wei Li fight. You know, like.
Yep. But they would. The problem is they would have never put that as the main card fight on that card, but they fucking should have. Because holy shit, I could watch that fight 100 times and not get bored of it.
I've already watched it back already.
I've watched
was
it
amazing.
like 20 times.
Yeah.
I've been through 2 tissue boxes.
Watching that fight, I think we have to have a talk off camera right now.
My therapist says the same thing, but it's never changing.
Oh, I love it when her face swells.
He's waiting for the end. That's when he was really excited. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I do have a fan question we have to get through. Switching off of to UFC.
Make it sound like a chore, Gabe.
I know. I can't stand it when fans send in messages. I'm just like, gosh, you have to do this now. What do y'all think of Drake's 2C slide?
I like it.
Who asked you that?
What?
The people, the streets be talking.
The streets be talking.
I just put my ear to there and some squirrels whisper like, right leg up, left foot slide. What do y'all think of it?
But literally,
It's catchy.
this is the first I'm hearing of it.
It's catchy.
Look it up, Brad.
Don't say
Basically,
Johnny,
Drake
Johnny,
Don't play.
sold his
Brad,
soul
Me your mic.
with
We're not going to get
TikTok
copyrighted.
dances.
What the fuck am I watching, guys?
It is
No,
a
this is
man
Johnny.
selling his soul for money
Yeah.
It's catchy.
and the attention of children.
Oh God,
But
not
it is.
into
I will give it to Johnny. I think the dance is stupid,
But the
but
song
the
is
song
catchy.
is kind of catchy. And I don't even
The
like
song-
Drake.
Yeah, the song's catchy. I feel like the hook is stupid as shit. But
You
like,
know what it is,
the-
Jaime? It's the LeBron going to the Lakers for you.
Oh my god.
Oh,
What?
Because you're a huge Drake fan, just like you're a Lakers fan. And the
Right.
thing you hate the most comes and infiltrates that.
Dancing.
Jesus.
Joy.
No, it's selling out. What?
Well, do you enjoy the song, Jaime?
Don't lie. You told me.
I sang besides the hook, I'm okay with it. But it's like I can't separate the hook from the song because I've seen so many stupid people doing the stupid fucking dance when it's been out for like 4 days. It
Speaking of
pops on
stupid
that
people,
quick.
did you see the boiling water challenge?
Yes, I saw that.
I'm sorry.
That
the
was fake.
What?
That was fake. That was so
Was it?
fake. Yeah. Dude, you could see this, like, instantly his body goes red.
Yes.
But, like, no blisters appear. Like, nothing appears. Like, you're
Oh my
telling me there wouldn't be any swelling? The only thing is discoloration and then, like, this fabricated steam.
You don't know how hot that water was, Gabe. What's
It's
the boiling temperature?
That's
What's the
at least a
temperature?
second-degree burn instantly.
What's the temperature that makes your skin boil? Look it up right now.
I know that a boiling water poured onto your whole body and a whole pot full
It's-
is at least going to give you a blister somewhere.
Well, you
It's-
don't know how good that camera quality was. Maybe there was small blisters. We don't know.
good as
Steam
yours.
alone gave me a second-degree burn one time. I refuse to believe that a man pouring boiling water on himself wouldn't fucking kill you. Like, I'm gonna start the double barrel shotgun challenge where I just pour lead shot in my mouth and load 2 blanks. Make people think you can catch bird shot in your fucking jaw. Let's do it.
I'm wondering why no one has tried to butt chug Mentos and Diet Coke.
You just haven't been looking at the right porn sites, Gabe.
You know what it was? It's because Jackass decided to cancel before all these stupid challenges. They're the king of them.
Let's be honest, though. Jackass couldn't survive. No.
Couldn't?
For sure. Wait,
not now. Because everybody's so goddamn sensitive. Oh my God, why are you doing this? Oh my God. How
people ate Tide Pods. If that was filmed on a Jackass, we'd laugh our ass off and be like, we ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't do stupid stuff before, is because Jackass filmed it and was like, don't do this at home. And we're like, yeah, you're right. Those people are on drugs. I'm not doing that.
No, Steve-O's clean now.
They were the heroes we needed.
It's the same thing with Fear Factor. We're like, I ain't eating those bug shits. And then all of a sudden, coronavirus.
Oh, God. To those
Illuminati.
Hey, dude, have you guys heard about the 5G conspiracy with coronavirus?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, so Wuhan, China, where the whole virus outbreak started, was one of the first testing sites for the new 5G internet. And then they got the coronavirus, and slowly as other 5G servers started turning on, the virus started spreading. So the whole conspiracy now is that 5G causes coronavirus.
Oh my God.
I'm
so
probably ignorant in this, but mostly because anytime I hear conspiracies with 5G, I think of like flat earthers kind of level. But isn't 5G just like better internet?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything? Like remotely with the disease?
Because the timelines match up, Gabe.
Yeah, you're not looking into it enough. It's time for our special guest, Eddie fucking Bravo.
What was it? I think it was on Joe Rogan's one of his podcasts where they were saying about someone was on saying that like the 5G is like controls people's minds to do stuff.
I'm pretty sure
that's a Joe Rogan experience.
Was that Eddie Bravo?
I'm sure that sounds like some shit that he would fucking come up with.
Oh,
I mean, to talk about fucking flat earther being a level of dumbass conspiracy theorist, he's a fucking flat earther. What about that guy who fucking died trying to prove the earth was flat? Did you guys hear about him?
No.
Oh my fucking God. Hold on. If you guys have a browser pulled up, just look up homemade rocket.
Yes. I do know about that guy. Yes.
Mad Mike.
And it was like everybody was like committed. He was following his dreams. He believed in that. And I'm like, the bro built like almost like one of those derbies for like Boy Scouts and like steerings. He did that for a rocket.
The Pinewood Derby of space travel. Yeah, it's exactly what it was. Dude,
I guarantee you in 2060, he was a pioneer for the Boy Scouts of America. Like, now with our our like rockets made out of pine wood.
The man took steam engines and was just like, what if we point these down? Thought it would take him to the fucking moon.
We've had 7 kids die, but we do know the earth is curved.
Yeah, well, the whole theory is that like, yeah, we've taken photos of the fucking curvature of the earth, but that's because the window manufacturers were putting a curve on their windows and fucking us all up.
That's right.
So he did like straight pane glass that he installed himself to go up high enough to take a picture to prove the earth was flat. And then his fucking tissue paper parachute just caught on fire and exploded.
To really help you understand flat earthers though, Behind the Curve on Netflix
Gold tier.
It's
my God.
It's 100% like God's gift to us.
Gold tier.
Oh,
It's a
my
gold
God.
tier show.
The final scene is of I don't want to ruin it, but it's the most like people dead inside or something, die inside Reddit page. It's that they just like see their whole life's work just drain. All right, guys, that's all for this episode. I know Jaime's got some information about what tomorrow's episode's going to bring. I'll let him explain.
All right, guys, so tomorrow we'll be touching on the all-decade team, like offense, defense, coaches, our opinions on it, who we think was snubbed out of the list, and who we think that, made it but shouldn't have made it, So that's what we'll be touching on, giving our opinions on that. Johnny, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, guys. So this weekend we're going to be recording we're going to be live streaming on YouTube, our YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a live mock draft. We're going to be going pick by pick, explaining why we're making those picks. Yeah, we're just going to have a big mock draft. Should be a lot of fun. Hope to see you guys there.